Good morning, traders. You're welcome to today's trade ideas and signal. Uh, we will quickly review our trades for yesterday and at the same time look for what we can capitalize on today. So yesterday I pointed out some things and was telling us how we are expecting price within the 50% of our dealing range. And at the same time, I talked about how I'm expecting price, how we have two expectations I talked about yesterday. And FOMC came out and yeah, our expectations, two expectations, I guess the two was fulfilled. Now, in the sense that, okay, I was talking about these levels that, okay, if peradventure we take out this high, which is our external liquidity that we are anticipating above this high, before coming down, then we can be expecting a deeper reversal into these levels here. But I talked about how we have a very balanced market coming down from our strong low, which we are expecting market to protect. Uh, we have proper mitigation of all these levels to this level. Yeah, I talked about all these levels yesterday. So you have a proper mitigation of the level coming forward and going above the 50% of our dealing range. And this is the only level I talked about this OB1 and this imbalance and the proper mitigation of this leg coming from our weekly previous high. So, talking about all these levels, I said that if peradventure price take out this high, we can be expecting a deeper reaction, a deeper reversal into our dealing range, below the 50% of our dealing range. But if peradventure, if also that we retest any of this level, either mitigation of the previous weekly high or any of these levels, then we can be anticipating a closure above this level. But well, as we have it, we have the external liquidity being purged, very, very, very purged. As you can see, it gave a very big and massive reversal within 1 hour that the news came out. So it was the external liquidity that was first tapped before we now have or the reversal that we talked about. So we have the reversal now, and as you can see, market reverse back into the 50% of our dealing range. And mind you, that's to tell you what markets always do. It's taking liquidity and rebalancing every imbalance in the market. And as you can see, external liquidity was taken yesterday. But I also made a point that, okay, for us to be able to try to capitalize on whatever market is going to do, we can be looking for internal liquidity on lower time frame to see what we can capitalize on. And that's what happened here yesterday. And as we can see below, our OB was taken out. The OB was taken out, but personally, I didn't take the OB because I said we'll be looking for internal liquidity before and as you can see, I did not give any certain trade, just give you an instruction on looking for internal liquidity before we go forward. And as you can see, when I try to navigate, in fact, yeah, immediately after I dropped this something yesterday, the broker I was using their charts gave me some kind of false information within this particular leg here on lower time frame, and it did cost me. And anyway, it's just 0.4% of my account. I didn't even use up to 0.5 on the level. So the kind of, what we are trying to look for within the lower time frame is something that, within here, there is no liquidity, but on this particular something, we have a liquidity of the level. And it's kind of, take out the high, the low, and market just surge from the level. But coming back before the something during New York session, I was able to capitalize on this particular level to try and take the trade high. And I was able to make my, what is it called? At least I made 1 to 10, 2 to 10 anyway yesterday. So because I went out 2 times. So that is that about yesterday's trade. And as you can see, moving forward from what we discussed, let's use 1 hour. What's from what we discussed and a minor structure, we see that the external liquidity was taken before we begin to have, and external liquidity within this level, it has been taken. It is not even taken. It has been purged. This is what we call purging, liquidity purging. And as you can see from this particular level, in fact, it uses 40 pips to purge it out. Nobody could have easily said tapping is only within 2 to 10 pips, but this one gives 40 pips, 40 massive pips, so which is an extra purging. And it's a manipulation within the market anyway, but it's something that do work within our trading system. So, you know, the manipulation is accounted for with the trading system. So we have nothing to worry about because at least we were able to capitalize on it. And what I wasn't expecting was its immediate reversal that we have in the market. So immediate reversal that we have. Well, as you can see, it created MSS, minor MSS, break below it, retest it, and mind you, it just keep on coming down. And so now let's go back to our drawing board and try to see what we can capitalize on for today. So now we have some levels here, some 4 hour level. I guess we're going to kind of erase all our notation from yesterday so that at least we have clear markets to deal with. So we have the liquidity above this high being taken. So we have the liquidity above this high being taken. So from this level, what do we have? We have a break. So it's not even a break, let's say. It is a flip, major flip for the matter. So yeah, this is a major turtle soup, but it's purging, major turtle soup in the market. So give us a flip, gives us a flip, but we can't disregard the leg anyway. We can't. So it's still our fucking leg. So that will be our strong guy, which we'll be expecting market to protect. So we'll be expecting this eye to be protected for the main time, even though we are coming from within this level. But for the meantime, this is our something. So what we're going to do, yeah, immediately after this thing, something like this happen, we are picking our eyes, which we are expecting market to protect one, and at the same time, we finish with 4 hour and try to see what we're going to capitalize on daily. Then we will now move on to, I mean, on 4 hour, then we move on to daily to try and verify what we've done because as you can see, there is no much clarity, but there is clarity if we do our analysis appropriately. So we have this level, and as you can see, we didn't have proper mitigation, but yeah, this level is forming. And if we look on lower time frame, we will see that it has formed our weak low, which will be anticipating price, our external liquidity to be taken even though we are reacting off this internal structure. I talked about all these internal structures yesterday, but nonetheless, market has shifted to the right side of the market. So this level, until we have a break above this high, or from within, from within lower time frame, then until then we can begin to look for buys. But for now, the overall movement, order flow of the market is what is downtrend. And as we will try and see with time. So, but for now, we can be looking for internal buy. And so we can easily pick this level from this high to this low to be our dealing range. And picking our dealing range, what lie perfectly on the dealing range is this particular level here. This level here is the order block. At least it was the one that sponsored this move down. It was the one that sponsored the move down. And as we can see, we have price coming back into it to send price lower. We're just forming a weak high here. And as you can see, we are within this level. So yeah, but we have a lot of imbalances here. If you check on lower time frame, you see a lot of imbalances, on lower time frame. As you can see, we have double imbalances, but with time we try and see, but we can still be expecting price there. But this other block on 4 hour other block, we can be, within our what is it called? So let's go on higher time frame and still continue from that particular area. So from within the level, we have a mitigation above this low also, which we can be expecting some kind of price reaction from the level two. Okay. So we can be expecting some price reaction from the level two. Then we have this mini order block too, but I'm not trusting it because a lot of blocks within lower time frame has been transcended. So we have that level, and mind you, anything can happen. This candle still remain 1 hour 38 minutes for it to close. So anything can happen from within the level. But we can't just say, okay, let's pick it this way and try to see what it's going to do on lower time frame. Why is that about that? So we can be having, Euro USD sometimes they are from the closest point of price. So point of interest. Let's see daily. As you can see, I told you we are expecting some kind of reversal in the markets. We can be looking for buy, at least for now. And if we look closely on this higher time frame, we will see that okay, our strong low is still kind of being protected. So we'll be protected somehow. So we still have this strong low, but with the liquidity above this high, this long low is being threatened. And anything can happen from this level. So, and you will notice how I don't usually do DSY analysis because all these things are algorithmic in nature. So DSY is pulling all other major currencies together to form that something. So even though it works, it's an indication, but most times we can't fully, if you want to trade on daily something. Some people use it, but to me, I believe in my own, my strategy does not require it. Let me pull it out. My strategy does not require me using DSY. So I'm okay with just analyzing my Euro USD alone. So there are other trades, there are other PS too, and the strategy works fine on all of them, but I just prefer to use one. Instead of spreading my eggs across many baskets, let me just pick one and put all the eggs inside so that I'll be able to protect it that way. And I'll be able to be in sync with what the price is doing and familiarize myself with single something. So if I'm having the urge of going into another PS, I'll just increase my risk. So on my Euro USD. So instead of spreading 0.5 or 1% or across different different years, I'll use like 3% or 2% of my Euro USD. So that's all. So here we are in the market, and as you can see, let's go on 4 hour because we are only looking for what to capitalize on today. So these are 4 hour analysis. This is our 50%, and I'm expecting price reaction from this level, and there are a lot of imbalances here. I'm expecting some price reaction from both or from above or anywhere because if we have a proper mitigation of this level on lower time frame, we can be expecting that price might not get to the 50% before it continues to surge down because this is a massive rejection in the market. And mind you, if we have something like this, if we have flip in the market, most times it is retested, then automatically let's check on 1 hour to try and see. And as you can see, there is internal structure being created here, and there is another other block being created. Once we break above this high, then we can be anticipating that all these levels, because as you can see, there is proper mitigation of all these levels. And this is the only leg that we are expecting that might, this level here, this OB, is the one that's supposed to hold price and set price to continue to go lower because there is proper mitigation of all these levels on lower time frame or minor structure. So what are we expecting from this level? We still have this internal structure and the liquidity above Asian range might be taken into the lower part of the something. So what we did yesterday is still what we're going to do today without wasting time. So we already pick our dealing range, which is from this high to this low. We will be looking for. So then if peradventure this high was broken and closed above, then we will be looking for buys. Then and then we'll be looking for buys because as you can see, this is a mind blowing rejection also on lower time frame. And as you can see, this level was taken, the liquidity below this Asian range was taken, and I believe it is going maybe going for liquidity above Asian high. Then, so what we did yesterday is still what we're going to do. I've given us some levels where we can be expecting some price reaction from, either from this first level here or this mitigation block that we have here, or within this 4-hour OB, even though there is no imbalance here. But if we check on 50 minutes, lower, we see a lot of imbalances. And above this level, can be looking for sell from within this liquidity purge that we have here. So if we look on 50 minutes and try to see, and as you can see, we have, in fact, above the share high, we have this level here. This we cannot entirely say that we're expecting some kind of reaction from the level. But to me, we've gotten a flip here already. So if this high is being closed, then mind you, it's only 4-hour level that can send price lower. On lower time frame, at least for now, we can be looking for buy. The reason why I'm not in this buy is because it didn't give me my proper setup. So I'm not going to be in the buy because of the surging. But we have this internal structure that it reacts from. So we have the internal structure on higher time frame. 4 hours, as you can see, we are reacting off this internal structure. So I believe I'm giving you enough something today to deal with. So we have these levels that we'll be looking for sell from, and 15 minutes, depending on whatever setup it provides. If it close above this high here, this Asian high, if it's close above this Asian high, then I'll be looking for buy. But if not, if it just wicked through into this level, then automatically I'll be looking for sell. So, and that's the takeaway from the video. So if we close above this high, we are looking for buy. If it's weak through it, we are looking for sell. So that's the trade idea and analysis for today. Thank you very much. Have a profitable day.